Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with different areas of human rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of freedom.
Yes, good evening, my fellow Americans. It is I, your lovable host, Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great granite state of New Hampshire, where the state motto is live free or die. It is not big government or bust. Be that as it may, it is Monday, August the 22nd in the year of our Lord 2012. And tonight, as everybody knows, is the last time that our wonderful two guys go at each other, Romney and Obama. I almost forgot his name. As Romney and Obama go at it tonight at I do believe it starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, but we're going to be here. If you don't want to listen to the crap that's going to be spewed in the debate, then you can definitely tune in here. But right now, you need to understand that what's going on. And what's going on is that the lamestream media is having all kinds of conniption fits. Because they don't, well, the lamestream media is the lamestream media. What else can I say about them? You already know what the lamestream media is all about and what they're like, and just how look, they don't like to report on themselves, but we know that there are polls that have been given that shows that a growing majority of Americans distrust the mainstream media, and they don't, the big guys, the lamestream media big guys are losing audience share. And, they couldn't figure out how Fox News could take off so quickly and get so big, and how it can stay so big, because they think, well, we got the information, right? Well, we know their information is biased. We know it's BS. We know that the polls are manipulated. Yes, the polls are manipulated. As we've, if you see some of the, Gallup has got a Romney up, by six points right now, where you're starting to see a lot of the lamestream polls. Now, I heard and read 3 polls today, besides Gallup. And they've all got, because Obama was way up on Romney in some of these polls. The ABC poll and the NBC poll and the Rasmussen poll. Obama was up. Now all of a sudden, except for Gallup, Gallup had Romney over 50% a couple of weeks ago, especially after the last debate. After the first debate, Romney started going northward on Gallup, north of 50%. But today, just before the last poll, or the last debate, a lot of the mainstream media polls are now coming out and saying that Obama and Romney are tied. Now, remember, just a few weeks ago, it was over for Romney. Over. There was no way in hell he was going to beat the one. It was done, fait accompli. It was, that was it. Pack your bags because, well, for Romney's case, don't pack your bags because, Obama wasn't leaving the White House. Now, I got it. These people are wringing their hands. They are sweating bullets. They are losing their mind. They are attacking Romney supporters. Obama. I thought. What say you, Obama supporters, when you talk about how the right, how conservatives are so hate-filled? We hate. Those who talk about hate the most are the ones who actually have it in their heart, because you don't see conservatives running around beating up other liberals. You don't see, for the most part, conservatives running around attacking liberal signs. You see it from the other side. You don't see conservatives threatening and shouting down liberals whenever they want to speak. You do not have a bunch of conservatives running around on social media threatening Obama. But we see a bunch of liberals out there threatening Romney. I mean, there's, credible or not, the vitriol, the vile hatred that comes out of the left is not surprising to me, but to some people it is. And I always tell them, look, let's be frank and honest. And whenever I say this, I get a lot of people from the left who claim to be, good little liberals who try to argue me on this point. It's kind of useless to argue with a black man about slavery and racism. Slavery and racism, that was set in stone in the Democratic Party. Well, no, Rod, that changed in the 60s, man. No, it didn't. It did not change. Most KKK members are still registered Democrats. Yeah, we know that's a fact. Hell, we don't, the Republican Party didn't have any Grand Wizards or Ku Klux Klan wizards or Cyclops wizard, whatever they call themselves, elected to office and then kept them there. Robert Byrd. That was Democrats. No, Republicans didn't run around saying that, you can't do anything without government. And now a lot of people on the left have fallen for the notion, well, it's a safety net, right? A safety net. It's not a safety net. It's entrapment. I find it, well, now it's changing because, we've got, 47, 49% of people getting some sort of government assistance on a monthly basis. But it's before it was always, well, I don't need it. Well, but my neighbor, he might need it or he does need it. It's a safety net. See, it's we've been sold a bill of goods. If, we've taken the Winston Churchill statement, if by the time that you are 20 or in college, you're not a liberal, you have no heart. But if by the time you're 40, you're not a conservative, you have no brain. We've taken that to say that if you don't believe that government safety nets are a requirement for a civilization, then you have no heart. And if you ever change from that, you have no heart. And people have bought into that notion that we're supposed to, take my taxes, take my money, and just pour it down the drain. That's what we're taught now. Because if you ask people, do you think there should be a government safety net? Well, yeah. That's the humane thing to do. We forget to understand what our forefathers understood, that giving some, the old notion, the old saying, give someone a fish, you feed him for a day. Giving someone a fish that can fish for himself, if you give him a fish, that means you have just made him dependent on you for the rest of his days. You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Means you got to go back the next day and give him another fish. What happens when they say about, look, think about this, because, we're always told by the liberal left, by the liberal socialists that, man is nothing but a mammal. We're animals too. We can't resist certain urges and everything. We're just plain, at our core, we're animals. Great. So what do we do with animals? What does government and zoos, in certain places that tell us about feeding wild animals? They tell us not to do it. We're told, do not feed the animals. Why? Because they become dependent on you feeding them. Because it's easy. Look, animals aren't stupid either. A bear figures, why the hell should I walk around, for miles and miles trying to find myself some dinner? I got to catch the damn fish in the river, or I got to run down some small, creature so I can eat it, or maybe run into a human if I'm so hungry and try to eat them. But why should I bother doing that when you humans will just feed me every day, or at least every other day? I can deal with that. That's kind of nice. Thank you. We're told don't feed the animals because they quickly get conditioned to believe that they don't got to work for it. All they got to do is show up at your doorstep or your garbage can or what have you, and they've got a free meal. It's the same thing with humans. I guess we're not that much different, are we? You tell a human, hey, guess what? Just sit on your duff. We'll make sure that your rent is paid, that you have enough food in your belly through food stamps. Your rent is paid through housing assistance and Section 8 and things like that. And we'll even give you some extra, we'll also make sure that you have a cell phone that you don't have to pay for. In some states, in some cases, we'll make sure that you have internet access that you don't have to pay for. And, hey, through different welfare programs, we might even give you some spending cash. So you can just go out there and buy the things that you want. Make sure your kids are clothed in the latest Nike sneakers and Sean John clothing. And so people take it, they go, hey, you know what? It's kind of nice. I get to sit home and watch Ricky Lake and all the other talk shows and not have to go out and look for a job or work hard. It just comes to me every month. Oh, that's wonderful. More people need to experience not having to work but getting a paycheck. I'm only kidding on that. No, nobody should experience that. Now, I don't know how many, I get people, especially blacks. Blacks are supposed to be good Christians and everything. And where's your Christian heart? It's in the right place because Jesus himself said, if you do not work, neither shall you eat. Meaning that if you're fully capable, if you're of the age and you're fully capable of working and taking care of yourself and you don't do it, then you don't eat. You don't get paid. Plain and simple. We were told to take care of those who could not take care of themselves. We were told that we were to give the widows a hand. We were help with the children and the indigent. Today it would be disabled. But hey, with the internet and other electronic devices, even a good portion of the so-called disabled are fully able to take care of themselves. We're only supposed to take care of those that cannot take care of themselves. Those who are fully capable of taking care of themselves, they should be ashamed of riding the back of somebody else's hard labor. I don't go to work every day. I don't get up, go to work,